After the terrible events that freed the terrible son of Kurogane, who simply almost destroyed the entire universe, Goku, Vegeta, the four guardians, and Kibitoshin heard Yami talk with penetrating eyes and emanating grace through his body. The angel of life spoke. "My friends, I am very sorry that I could not get here in this universe to prevent its destruction. The truth is that my world is in crisis. A war has begun, and I could not come here if it were not invoked." All still terrified by the presence of the angel, they ask what would really be happening and how they could help, being answered right away. "My world takes care of all existing realities. We are responsible for several worlds and protect the defenseless. The angelic kingdom was designated to maintain order, but there was a terrible turnaround which put our kingdom at risk. A being named Akui was one of the strongest among us. He is a high-ranking angel and is taking over my world. He got armies with countless beings of light and allied himself to the beings of darkness to take control and reign over everything. Much of us resisted, but we were not enough to defeat Akui. At this moment, several of my species are trapped and need our help. Today, I could see that several of you are able to overcome the most pure evil, and I want you to join me in this war." Goku already said that I could count on him. Vegeta did the same, and they said they would do everything to help. So, at that moment, the Guardians disappear and are sent to guard the underworlds, being that only death remained to help. But before they leave on that terrible mission, they go to Earth and tell everything that happened. So, they leave communicating their families and friends, asking them to take over the land in case any threat came to destroy it. After that, Yami opened a portal that would lead to the angelic kingdom, and the four passed through the gap, being faced by an intense light. And when they looked, they saw a great city with incredibly large skyscrapers made of the most valuable precious stones. Goku and Vegeta were amazed. It was all so beautiful, and Kakarot said, "Damn, here there are so many expensive stones that if I sold only one of them on Earth, I would never have to work again in my life." Vegeta, muttering, said, "Well, Kakarot, you hardly work your worm?" Without wasting time, Yami said, "Very well, we need to be quick. With the army of Akui on the streets, it won't take long for them to notice us here. Come on, the first step is to free my companions who are chained in prison." After that, they moved silently among obstacles and arrived at a very high place where they could see a huge plain, and Goku saw a large camp set up far from the place, already asking what was happening there. The angel replies that that immense fortress in which they were would have been taken and controlled by Akui, and Yami's soldiers would have camped near the entrances planning a return to power. But when he finished talking, suddenly 2 angels with 2 pairs of wings appeared, and the 4 hid as quickly as possible, being that they erased their presence and that so that they were not caught. The 2 left, and after crossing that high place, our heroes saw a huge black crater which had no bottom, and a sign that was written, "The Prison of the Rebels." Yami quickly went down there, followed by Death, Goku, and Vegeta. They looked to the sides and realized that there were guards everywhere. so it was time to take action. Setting up a plan, they told Goku to enter on the right and to attract the guards while they entered hidden and unlocked the prison doors. Everyone agreeing, Goku appeared in the right corridor and shouted to the soldiers, "Hey, you assholes! Come get me, bunch of assholes!" They are amazed, asking how the devil a human being would have gotten there, and they left for the Saiyans, which slightly turned into an evil Super Saiyan 3. Meanwhile, Vegeta slithered through the corridors and was releasing the prisoners, and Death and Yami did the same, and thus released the prisoners. Goku seems to be holding on to the ends, and 300 angels were released from the prison, and when they left, they opened their wings, burning all the guards that surrounded them, and causing a terrible explosion in the prison. Then, they all flew together out of that huge hole and appeared in the city sky, being seen by the enemy army. Then, a terrible clash began between all of them, and they were all in that terrible confusion. Suddenly, Goku explodes his ki, emanating an absurdly large amount of energy from the Dark World. That confused the entire enemy army, and it was a perfect distraction so that Yami could pull his sword and together with his warriors use their powers to bring down the enemies. A light that was stronger than the sun was emanated, drawing the attention of Yami's companions who were trapped outside the city. So they managed to bring down the protection of the fortress and entered, killing and destroying the enemies. They made a massacre everywhere and rescued Saiyans and Yami. With that, the army of light returned to the power of that fortress. When things calmed down, some allies who were trapped said to Yami, "Everything that the enemies planned. My lord, while we were chained, we saw a way to end him." Goku and Vegeta looked and said, "Well, I think we're done here." But suddenly they heard, "Hey, you two, come here. We found something."